Yellow, I'm Dallas. Welcome to Rubber Duck Yellow, the place to come to get your trading card fix. Here on the table in front of me, I have a bunch of stuff I'm going to use to show you my more advanced methods of sorting and storing my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh collection. I hope you enjoy this. Hit the subscribe button if you do, and stick around. Okay, I've got some of my Pokemon binders, I've got some supplies to create my Yu-Gi-Oh binders, and I've got some of my already sorted cards. I'm just going to go over my methods, and if you're wondering why you would want to watch this, well, there are a few things with my sorted cards that I take a step further, I think, than some do, and also there's a lot of stuff in here you'll see that I'm able to kind of cut some costs and maintain some quality that I think might help some of you, so stick around for that. But first things first, let's just talk about my Pokemon binder collection, because that's probably the thing that I have that is the furthest developed up to this point. I have about 20 Pokemon binders that I've custom made, and let's just start from the beginning. These are just normal white binders. Normally they cost $2 to $4 at Walmart, Target. Sometimes they go down to cheaper during like school times, but you can pretty much count on any time being able to buy one of these for a few bucks at Walmart, Target, etc. Now, I have about 100 of them in the other room, an IKEA bag full of them, and I've paid about 50 cents a piece for them at the thrift. Matter of fact, yep, I'm glad to see that. The camera's a little bright, so it's going to be hard to see, but there is a $1 sticker on that one from Deseret Industries thrift store, and a lot of these I think are from Savers, where I'll go on half off day, they're marked $1 and I'll get them for 50 cents. So we go thrifting on our main channel a lot, and that's how I bring home just tons of these. I'll never not be able to get as many as I need. I'm already like halfway to the like 250 that I've got planned for the next couple months with little effort. Matter of fact, messy old me, here's another one. You can see the Goodwill sticker that's only half taken off. But I'm starting with the Pokemon card binders here because I do have quite a few of them already packed out. So here's Pokemon base set, all right? And I have designed and printed custom labels for every single one of my binders. And each set has the number of the order of release, the official abbreviation for each set, the name of the set. It's kind of hard to see on that one because the sticker, but it's just how it goes around here. Goodwill stickers on everything I own. But again, 87, battle styles, abbreviation, battle styles. But the most important part of these binders, and almost the reason entirely that I went with these binders, is because they have this slip that I can put this label in so that I can see the set symbols. Because there's 80-something official, regular Pokemon expansion sets, and then all kinds of subsets, and the subsets have their own symbols, and there's Black Star promos, and I need to be able to walk up to one of these yellow shelves behind me that's full of these binders and search for the symbols, because a few of the symbols I'm going to know by name, but most of them, it's just going to be the symbols that stay in my mind. That's the hugest part of this. The biggest takeaway is these set symbols on the bottom of the binders. And if you've watched any of my older videos, you'll probably know that I used to sort a lot of my Pokemon cards in the Elite Trainer box per set, and I would have a big custom sticker that I printed out and slapped on the side of the box, so I could just go find the box with that set symbol, and I didn't even worry about the name at that point. But that became a little messy because those boxes are hard to store in any sort of visibly pleasing order, and it just becomes a pyramid mess of boxes. Matter of fact, these are those Elite Trainer boxes. I'm pretty much just using those labeled for storage right now for my Yu-Gi-Oh set that I've been working way harder to sort lately than I have these Pokemon cards, and I'm going to show you a little bit more of that right now. So there you go, and just to show you a couple more, there's Jungle, which I just made an episode about because I brought home a bunch of Jungle first editions. And you can see here that Jungle set, some of these older sets I actually stored in regular color card sleeves because it just kind of fits. It's Jungle, so green card sleeves felt cool. But a lot of the newer ones, these are all in perfect fit sleeves. So if you pull these out of here, they're in clear sleeves. And honestly, it's way more Pokemon to have that. And I will say at one time I was sorting all of these Pokemon cards into the respective Elite Trainer box sleeves, but I found out real quick, and this is a pro tip if you've been doing this, Elite Trainer box sleeves that come in these Pokemon boxes are huge. They barely fit in any regular sleeves, so I went back to just perfect fit sleeves, and I'm way happier, though I do now have thousands and thousands of Elite Trainer box sleeves laying around. But there's that. There's my Pokemon binders. I hope you like. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe to this channel because I will have made 150 of those or so before the next few months is over. But I'm really excited to show you this. Today, I paid full price for this. This is not a thrift store buy. This is a binder from Walmart because they've got the school supplies going on right now, so everything's a little marked down. So this was just a couple bucks, and it is a little bit bigger than the Pokemon ones I just showed you. This is a 1-inch binder, and you'll see when I put them side by side. 1 inch, and then this one is what, 2 inches, 1.5. And I went a little bigger on this one because I'm going to sort my Yu-Gi-Oh cards way different than Pokemon. Every single Pokemon expansion gets its own binder because it just kind of needs it, and there's too many sets to go in one binder if I do it any other way. But Yu-Gi-Oh is a little different. I'm going to start putting every year's worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in a binder. And the first year of Yu-Gi-Oh is only 4 expansions and maybe a couple structure decks. And I'm not even sure yet if I'm going to binder structure decks or not. That's just choices I still have to make. But all 4 of those Yu-Gi-Oh sets are going to fit in this 1.5 inch. And if they don't, maybe I'll go buy the 2 inch. But I do have my World of Warcraft collection in like a 3 or 4 inch binder. And I do have bigger binders. But by and large, Pokemon's all going to be in 1 inch because there's not one regular Pokemon expansion that's too big for that 1 inch. But, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, as it gets to the later years, like right now, we're on several larger expansions and subs expansions. So if I was to binder every Yu-Gi-Oh card from this year, it would definitely take one of the more 4 inches. But I bought this today because I have huge plans to binder my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I like collecting Pokemon more than I do playing it. Though I do like playing it, but Yu-Gi-Oh I way more into playing. So I'm kind of doing some things different, and honestly, there's some things with Yu-Gi-Oh that I'm doing a little bit more fancy. So aside from the binder, I here have 3 packages that literally just came in the mail right before I started filming this. Matter of fact, I knew these were coming today, so I waited to hit record for when they were here. So we're going to open a couple of them, and I'm going to show you something I'm going to do a little bit different for Yu-Gi-Oh just because I want to get fancy with it. And here it is. Red, pink card pages, and here the blue one's in here as well. And then I don't even know what's in each one. You guys ever have a problem with your Amazon delivery guy getting it wrong? He put these in front of my neighbor's door, and I had to walk over there like a creep, and it looked like I was taking their packages. But I watched him do it. He scanned them, and then I got the delivery notification, and then I went over there and looked. Sure enough, it's my address on them. I mean, they can come knock on my door. I'll show them. Did you order card sleeve pages, bro? It'd be the world's worst coincidence if they did. But look at this. I'm very excited to put these in here. So what I did, and this is a little bit clever, I think. You may not care about this. This may be a little bit too much for you, but I bought color-coordinated pages for my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So which box are we looking at here? Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Blue sleeves, right? The pack for Pharaoh's Servant, I believe it's pinkish red, so I've got pink and red to choose from. I think I'm going to go pink because I think that one leans towards pink. And I'll keep the red for actually the latest Yu-Gi-Oh expansion that I have almost complete in this book. I think I'll go ahead and put the red ones in there. But same thing with Spell Ruler or Magic Ruler. That pack was green, so green card pages. And then Metal Raiders, gray, because steel. That's what the pack looked like. I'm very excited about this, but I've never actually tried this product out. So since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and take the binder for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We're going to go ahead and take Legend of Blue Eyes and put them in the binder, and we'll together see if this is a good product. I'm expecting it to be, because essentially what these pages are is the same pages that come inside here, inside the card guard, at least the style of them. They're side loaders. The cards go in from the side rather than the top, and honestly they store a lot better that way, and I quite like it. So I'm very excited about that, because my least favorite thing about the way that I have these Pokemon card binders is that they're in these cheap plastic pages. Now, not all plastic pages like this are created equal. Believe you me, some of them are better than others. As a matter of fact, Ultra Pro makes several different grades of them, and if you go to Walmart and buy the plastic Ultra Pro pages, you're going to be disappointed. They're really loose, and they're really flimsy, and they're not good. Matter of fact, in a lot of ways, if you start binding stuff like this, I wouldn't suggest putting this in your backpack and traveling this way. This is going to get torn up. If you want to leave the house with cards, you're going to want to do something like this. What I'm doing here is not the safest for travel. However, I do have future plans, and I'm not going to get into this today. I think this will be kind of an ongoing series at some point. I'm going to find some sort of pre-made cardboard box or wooden box or something that will perfectly fit this like a sleeve over it, so that it's a hard physical almost book, and then that pulls out of that box, and that'll do two things. It'll keep this more protected, but it'll also help it put it on a shelf more even, because if you take a look at my shelf with all my card binders on it as it is, it's very shuttered because you can't, these binders are all triangular. They won't stack, or they won't set flush side by side. So that's just something else that I'm going to get to at some point. But let's throw a few Blue Eyes cards into this book and just kind of feel together what it looks like. I don't know where to start because I do have some Legend of Blue Eyes cards in here. So I guess we can start there, because the rare ones are in here. Matter of fact, this Blue Eyes White Dragon is Legends of Blue Eyes card number 1, which is actually way more complicated than it sounds, because Yu-Gi-Oh does this frustrating thing. At least they did with the old sets. They're not doing this anymore, but they did this thing with the old sets where they started with 0-0. So after having done so much, and I mean so much of this card organization that you're seeing right here, I've gotten really used to knowing 9, 18, knowing which square is what number, because I've just done this 100 times now. Not anymore, because now number 1 is 0, and so on and so on. So let's go ahead and put 0-0 in here, and number 1 in here. That feels so much better than these plastic sleeves, and it looks better too. I mean, comment below if you think that looks better than this. I mean, I can't imagine anyone's not going to probably agree. I mean, there's a character to the clearness, and we're all way more used to this, but I like that. I like that a lot. Matter of fact, one by one, slowly, as I order each new Yu-Gi-Oh! Expansions pages, I'll probably just order 2 at a time. I'll order one for the new Yu-Gi-Oh! And a second one to start at the beginning with my Pokemon, and I'll probably slowly go replace those, because these are so lovely. I'm already going to give these a highly recommended. So I'll leave a link below this video for these pages, and you can go check them out yourself. But that's that. That's card 1 and 2, and I don't think I'm going to sit here and binder this whole collection on camera. I think one of these days we'll kind of do some live streams with organizing some cards or something. I think that could be fun. But what I've got otherwise, I have perfect fit sleeves for my Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well, and I can put some links below to all this stuff if there's anything you're seeing that you're interested in. So this Hitotsu Mi Giant is card number 3, so it'll slide right in there. And I have doubles of everything. Currently, I've been keeping 3 of everything, and these pages are pretty good for sticking 3 cards in a page, like my newer set. This is King's Court here in these pages. These are all triple stacked. Another, not really highly recommended. It's not good for the cards in the long run to triple stack them like that. I won't, those new sets that are pristine, I won't keep them that way. Once I have a set done and the newest set's out and I'm moving on to the next one, they'll be moving into a permanent home in these binders. This is a huge part of my method. This card guard goes with me while we're out and about and traveling and stuff, and I'll buy new packs at every Walmart or grocery store, wherever we stop at, or I stop at game stores, and I'll just organize the cards on the fly into here, and then once the new set's out, I'll kind of do a hard reset with this binder and put them in these binders that I'm showing you right now. So that being said, I actually don't really mind too much to stack these older cards, because, to be honest with you, this is the oldest set of Yu-Gi-Oh! That you're watching me binder right now, and these cards are in 100% the worst condition of any cards I own, because they're so old. They were all heavily played with by somebody as a kid. So I'm not going to sweat stacking these cards, but I wouldn't recommend it to you with brand new pristine cards, just because once the pressure is applied, card on top of card, you'll start getting slightly bent edges. But again, another reason I'm not really sweating it's because none of these binders are going to really be stored flat. They're all going to be stored top to bottom, and I don't really have a problem with my collection setting like that with those cards slightly stacked. But there's a lot of little decisions you need to make on your own about the quality of your cards and how you keep them, how you're going to treat them. I'm playing with these. I'm not trying to get Gem Mint 10s for any of this stuff. But you want to do your own research on what pages and sleeves are good and not good for you. And another huge thing that becomes a problem for a lot of people is the humidity levels of wherever they live, wherever you might live. So look into that and consider storing your cards in different ways for how the humidity and heat and cold is in your area. But let's see if we can get a whole page of these, and we'll kind of see how it looks. I don't by any means have this whole set, so that's one, two, three. He's number 8, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So weird, 8 being on the last square of the first page. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get used to that. But you'll also see that most of my binders look like this. I don't have complete sets of anything yet. I've got some stuff I'm getting close to, like I already mentioned, my King's Court. I'm missing like 6 cards, so that looks pretty good and almost full. Just a few cards missing like that. But like Legends of Blue Eyes here is not going to look like that. It's just not. This is card number 9, so it's going to be slot 1 of page 2. Another thing about my organization habits that's going to be a little bit different for this, you'll see that I'm going straight front to back with Yu-Gi-Oh! 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 on the back page. However, if you take a look at my base set here, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I go that way. I go front and back. And the reason for that is, with Pokemon cards, 100% of the time, almost 100% of the time, there's at least 2 versions of every single card. In modern sets, there's very often, every single common has reverse holo. Most of the face, not all, but most of the full art cards don't have variations, but sometimes they will. So that gives me an opportunity to store 2 versions of the same card on every page. So like here with base set, regular old Charmander, and then right tucked in behind him, I'm sorry, Charmeleon. Don't be mad at me. I know you're not Charmander. This is... why did I do this? Okay, that one's Shadowless. That's why. This Charmeleon is Shadowless. This one's regular. I got confused by that because if I switch this out for my... should be Jungle set here, you'll see something a little bit different. And if you've been watching recent episodes, you'll know this already. But first editions on the front... non-first editions on the back is what's going on there, the same cards. Not doing that with Yu-Gi-Oh! Mainly because I don't want to get so obsessive about Yu-Gi-Oh! Something that separates Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, at least in modern prints, is that Pokemon doesn't do first edition, second edition anymore. They print something until they don't, and that's it. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has changed a little bit over the years, but for a long time, and still pretty much today, they print first editions for the first year, and then they subsequently continue to print certain sets for much, much longer, but they're no longer first edition. And with the few sets there were that Pokemon printed first edition, they didn't go very long printing first edition on cards, but I am going to collect those avidly, but I am not for Yu-Gi-Oh! So what'll happen is, if it's in the binder and it's not first edition, like if this weren't first edition, but I bring home a first edition one tomorrow, I'll just switch it out. I will keep the first edition when I get it, but I'm not trying too hard otherwise. So that's a very big difference between how I'm bindering Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll be very interested if anyone watching has similar or different methods, and I'd love to have a conversation about them in the comments below, because there's a lot to be said. There's a lot of ideas. A lot of people do different stuff. There are people that keep their collection in 12 cards pages instead of 9, and I like that, but the only reason I'm not doing that, because I would really love to, is because I just got to keep it cheap, because not everyone's going to have hundreds of binders of multiple trading card games laying around. So I want to keep this where I can get a lot of it at the thrift store, a lot of it at Walmart, and just keep moving with it. Or else I would be spending big bucks on those 12 card pages. But let me know in the comments what you do. Let me know if you have any more questions about this. I'm sure there's some stuff that I meant to put in this video, but I forgot. But this is just like, I think the first of many series to come of my card library, because if there's kind of something I would like to be on this channel, I want to be the card collector guy. We're going to play these card games on this channel too, but I think I really want to continue to just build this library behind me. Half of these shelves are going to be video games. The other half are just going to be a library of trading card games. And every week's new video is going to be kind of something different. And I just get to walk over the shelf and pull something off. There's one more thing I want to show you before we go, though. And I really think this will make some of you understand why I did this. I want to show you what a year's Yu-Gi-Oh binder is going to look like. I think you've really got an understanding now of what I'm doing with my Pokemon binders. But I think when you see what I'm doing, I think you'll see how beautiful. I think it's going to look beautiful. I don't know if anyone else gets excited about such simple things as I do, but I should actually do that the other way. When this is all said and done, this binder is basically, every Yu-Gi-Oh binder that I have is going to look like a rainbow. And it's almost going to be sad because Pokemon deserves to look pretty, but it's all going to be in white binders. Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be in like red and black binders, like alternating years, and just have these rainbows and rainbows. And mind you, also, the cool thing about these being double-sided and not doing it like I'm doing the Pokemon, it actually only needs like almost just 5 or 6 pages per color. So these are going to actually go a long way, I believe. But we'll get this finished, and I'll give you a side-by-side comparison. And honestly, like I said, Pokemon's probably going to end up looking just like this too. I just, it's a lot of money to buy, literally at this point, about 1 million of these pages. And there you go. What do you think? Does that not look good? Or is that just not a detail that anyone cares about? Because I certainly do. I think that looks good. So what do you like better? The rainbow or the clean white? Don't get me wrong. I understand there's going to be some people that probably like this better. I mean, the clear just kind of leaves room for the cards to look better in them. It's kind of like why most people in like a game room type setting use white shelves. I use these yellow ones. Things don't stand out quite as well as white, but they stand out well enough. This is basically yellow shelves, white shelves. Comment below, which one do you like better? Comment below any of your more thoughtful or thorough card collecting habits. I'd love to have a conversation about them. And if you want some bonus points, join our Discord. There's a link in the video's description. Plenty of room over there on our Discord to talk about your collections further and share some pictures, because you can't share pictures in the description, or in the comments down below, right? So come over there, do that. Hit the subscribe button, pretty please. Drop a like on this video. Help this get up there, because I think this video and this series could really draw a lot more people to this channel, so I need your help to do that, and we can have more further conversations down the road about this kind of extreme collecting, bindering, etc. Peace out, guys. See you next time.